Welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Pamela, and today we're going to be talking about whether you should be getting married or planning a wedding before you join the military or after you join the military. Which one should you choose? But before we get started, please make sure to like this video if you found it helpful in any way whatsoever, and make sure to subscribe so that you can watch more videos like this one. I'm going to try my best to drop one video per week, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so let me start by saying that my advice is simply based on our experiences as a couple for me and Sean and what we've seen in the military community. We've had friends who have gotten married before, we've had friends who have gotten married after they joined the military, so it really just varies. But for us, what we saw, I'm going to give you my advice on what I think is going to be the best scenario. Make sure that you are choosing carefully. So make sure that you're making, the right choice for yourself and for both of you as a couple. At the end of the day, whether you choose to get married before you join the military or after, you should make sure that your boundaries are set in place, that you guys have a good communication strategy with each other, and know that you're embarking on a really, really amazing journey together, but you're going to have those trials and tribulations. So don't rush into anything, just make the best decision for you. Okay, so after you join the military, let's say you guys are a really great couple, you guys have been together for a few years and you have decided that you are going to end up getting married. The individual that's going to become a soldier is going to have to go through basic training. So there's a couple months of absence from them. You won't be able to hear from them. And then after, basic, they're going to have to go to, they might go to like airborne school if they get like a specialty course right after basic. And then they're going to go to AIT. AIT could be a really short time of absence, depending on their MOS, their job, their specialty. So it could be a couple months, it could be almost a year or more. I don't know. It really depends on their job. You have to prepare for that. If you're willing to wait, then you can wait it out. But know that while they're gone, they can't be reaching out to you planning a wedding. You guys are going to have to be thinking separately. So if you're at home and you're going to be the one taking care of wedding venue, wedding planning, everything, that's going to be probably all on you. So yeah, keep that in mind. The best thing to do at this point is going to have to be to wait completely until they are established in their first base, once they get orders to relocate to their first duty station. Remember that their first duty station may be overseas. So that's kind of tough, right? Because you guys are not married yet, so you have no benefits of going with them to their first duty station. So they're going to be going by themselves overseas, maybe? I don't know. So you have to think about that too. They could be getting stationed in Germany, Korea, Italy. I don't know. So just make sure you keep that in mind. If your partner does get stationed overseas and you guys just want to get married, you probably can't get married overseas because it's not, the way that we went through it is that we were in Germany and you cannot legally get married in Germany because it will not be valid. It won't be validated in the States. So we had to get a proxy marriage done, which is simply an online wedding. Two people in the States get married for you. Does that make sense? It was kind of weird when I heard about it. But they sign for you, and then that way it can be legally binded in the States, and then we can use that overseas as, we get our documentation, our certificate of marriage, and then we could use all of those benefits by signing up as a dependent. But it's nothing romantic. It's all documentation. It's all done online. So yeah, and then remember that family is not close by. So are you the type of person that's going to want an actual wedding and have your family there, your friends, or are you more private, which is kind of how we are. I didn't really care for a wedding. Later on, we figured, okay, we'll just do the proxy marriage now, and then in a few years or a decade, we'll plan like an actual wedding or a ceremony for us. So you have that option too. So with this, you're probably going to be having a long distance relationship with your partner because they may not be stationed in the same state as you or where you're at. So, you know, that's going to be a little bit of a hassle to juggle, but it can be done. You're just going to have to plan out visitations and trips so that you guys can see each other, but you are going to have to work around their leave schedule or their leave time to be able to see them. So you have to be very flexible with your time, because the individual that's in the military is only going to be given 30 days of leave to take throughout the year, which is actually nice because it's paid leave, which is great. But usually soldiers use their leave days usually post deployment, because after they're back from deployment, they want to use that up to go on vacation. So you just have to plan accordingly and make sure that you're both on the same page when it comes to taking vacation to kind of see each other. You might want your soldier to take leave on the time that you plan on you're having a wedding or get married. And just remember that they have to get that leave request approved by their chain of command. So there's no guarantee that it's going to get approved, especially if it falls on training time, like field rotations. Like, it's probably not going to happen, and they're going to want to push it. Also, if there's like too many soldiers taking leave, you know, if he or she doesn't put the request in ahead of time, they might not get approved because there's so many people trying to take leave at the same amount of time. So yeah, let me just reiterate that with everything that they have going on, getting settled in their first duty station, you know, trying to get used to their job, their specialty, their platoon, everybody around them, it might not be very doable for them to be involved in the wedding planning. So you're gonna probably have to do most of this work on your own. Like I said, it's not necessarily not doable, it's just hard. But if that's what you guys want to do, if you guys want to take it slow and have a long distance relationship and then little by little plan out your wedding, you can. It's just going to be a little bit more of a lengthy process, but it's okay. Just be ready for it. Okay, so now let's talk about getting married prior to joining the military. And I feel like I would be able to take a nice deep breath, because everything would be done so much faster and so much in a more calm pace if you were to get married before the military. So that says it. You know, I would choose to get married before joining the military, and let me tell you why. First of all, you can both be in the same place at around the same time. You can both be involved in choosing everything for your wedding, you know, the venue, the photographer, everything. Especially if your partner wants to be involved, they can be, because it's before joining the military. You're going to be able to be more present to choose all of these things for your special day. Also, everything will be more accessible to you. So if you guys are getting married, let's say in your hometown, you probably already have an idea as to where you want your venue to be, you know, where you're gonna get food, cake, everything else. So everything is just gonna be closer to you and a little bit easier for you to reach out to. Family and friends will be already really nearby probably, so it's gonna be easier to plan that out without any obstructions or any flights or long trips that they may have to take. Or sometimes they can't make it if it's too far away. So that's also a really, really nice plus. The biggest thing for me, to be completely honest, is going to be the fact that you have all the documentation ready before they join the military. So when they do sign those papers, you know, that contract that binds them to the military, you're already with them. So when they do PCS and go to their first duty station, there is already a motion in place for you to join them as well. So you guys are going to be able to go together. They will not be assigned to a barracks, but they will actually get housing. And so you guys will have the option of getting housing on base or off base. So you'll be able to make a little bit more choices together to be able to get established as a family as soon as you get to your first duty station, which is pretty awesome. After being in the military for such a long time with Sean and being married for over a decade now, you know, to me, the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to weddings and planning events between, you know, a couple is going to be the ease. Like, how easy is it going to be for me to do it this way versus that way? Because there's really not that much time. There really isn't. In the military, everything goes by so fast, and they're so limited to when they can take leave days because of all the training they have going on throughout the year. And then you throw in deployment, which is usually 6 to 9 months. So that takes up a huge chunk of your year. So that's pretty much what I would choose, guys. I would go into the military with your soldier already married. So, you know, for me, marriage is the way to go before you join the military. And I know there's probably going to be some people out there that say, but what if they're really young and they still don't know what they're doing? And you know what? That's on them. That's their decision. If they feel like, you know, they're going to be rushing it, then don't do it. You know, give yourself some time. Like I said, getting married after you join the military is not impossible. It's simply just a more of a lengthy process. But it can be done. You just have to be very patient and plan ahead. However, if you guys have already been together for quite some time and you know you guys are going to end up getting married anyway, maybe you're already engaged, you know what, might as well get married before the military, before chaos enters your life and you have like all these dates that you have to worry about when your significant other has to leave for training, deployments, and everything else. So I would just enjoy your time now, do your wedding, take care of it all while you can, so that later on you can embark on the military journey without having to worry about all of that. Remember that joining the military as a couple is not just a job. It's not just a 9-to-5 job. It's a huge life-changing, amazing opportunity and journey. But you have to do it with time, and you just have to be prepared, and you both have to be on the same page. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you found it helpful in some way. I really appreciate you watching it, so make sure to stay tuned for more. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later on my next video. Bye.